Hey, today we're going to talk about the stone known as Orthoceras, and these stones have fossils in them, usually at least 400 million years old. I've named this one. I don't think I've ever named a stone in my life, but this is Steve. I love Steve. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, so often the stone is found in places like Morocco, and also you can find it in the USA. There may be a couple of other little pockets around the world as well. You know, they're often like ancient seabeds that are obviously fossilized, and then I just think it's so beautiful. I just love it. Now, the speed in which it is considered to vibrate is about medium to high, and the physiology that often the stone would work with is the skeletal system, the nervous system, digestive function, organ function, the circulatory system as well. To cleanse this crystal, you could, cleanse it with other crystals. Obviously, selenite is a lot of people's go-to, as well as also you can smoke cleanse it, you can do visualization, you can work with sound to cleanse it, you can do some earth burial, you can also do some gentle water cleansing as well. And the planet often associated with Earth, and the astrological archetypes that it's often associated with is Capricorn, Scorpio, Virgo, Pisces, and Aquarius. And the element that it's most associated with, Earth, of course. So the other properties that this stone may assist with, again, I'm not a medical practitioner, I'm not going to say it's going to cure X, Y, and Z. We talked about the physiological functions that it works with. Now here's some of the emotional things that it may assist with. We're talking here about balance, calmness, to help with stress, anxiety, clarity, patience and acceptance, and also DNA alignment, which I think is quite cool. Now the metaphysical properties, these are the kind of like themes that it may assist you with. Things like earth connection, so really connecting in with our earth, cycle of life, change, ancient wisdom, other lives, intuition, abundance. It's often used in meditational practices, and some people also really like to work with it when they are doing their Reiki practice, whether it be on the self or with their patients as well. And that's probably why I got this stone, not consciously, but I was felt very drawn to it. And I'm yet to directly work with it with a patient, but I am also have a client session booked tomorrow where I'm feeling like I may use it in that sound Reiki session as well to assist them. Depends. I mean, they do tend to want a bit of a cosmic journey, whereas this actually leads me into a little bit of a silly story. So I went into this beautiful little stone store in West End, and this Peruvian couple, they sell their stones in there. The woman also has books that she writes, and the husband was trying to draw me to Moldavite. He was very keen for me to take home a piece of Moldavite, but I wanted Steve. So, and to me, I was like, I thought that was funny because like Steve is almost what I would call like a juxtaposition, like almost an opposite end of a polarity, shall I say, in comparison to Moldavite. It's like, no, I want my 400 million year old friend that's been on the earth for that long. I don't know if I really want this weird like space technology. Which is interesting, right? I just thought they felt like such opposite energies to be in, and I walked out with something completely different to Moldavite. Also, want to remind you that you don't necessarily have to obtain these stones to work with them. There's a number of vlogs that I've done where I don't actually have the stone that I'm talking about, but you can definitely work with art. This could be photography, painting, drawing, whether you support someone else in their artistry to create, and then you have a piece in your home or wherever it is that you're traveling. You know, it could be through a form of a print as well, or you're creating that yourself. Of course, you can also bring forth the energy through visualization as well, and there's a number of other ways. You don't always have to be obtaining the stones to be working with them. So yes, thank you for welcoming my friend Steve. No idea why I called him that. I think it was just this, been on this buzz lately of, I do like to get into a bit of a comedy space, you know, like we can get kind of really kind of serious about certain things sometimes, and sometimes I like to be a bit silly. Like I had a friend recently who was talking about, you know, nearly every second person she meets is like supposedly Isis from Egypt, and I was just like, yeah, maybe some of us was just like, I was Jack the blacksmith, you know, like that's the other life that I'm living, you know. So it's just this kind of silliness that we can bring in of, you know, yes, we could be amazing people in these other lives we're living, but also amazing people that are doing the day-to-day tasks to you know, the practical things. It's the old saying of, you know, chop wood and carry water. You know, before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. During enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. You know, and I am very much about that kind of way of life myself too, in certain ways. So yes, if you have a particular stone that you would like me to talk about, you can leave that in the comment section below. Also welcome to reach out to me on the various other social media links that are in the description box if you're watching this on YouTube, and we'll see you again soon.